What is going on, everybody? We are back with another wrestling review. This is CCW, and I'm Nick.
No, I'm Joe.
And we've got a weird one for you guys. So, I was busy Friday night, and then Saturday. What the fuck was I doing Saturday for Collision?
You said you were at a
Birthday
birthday
party.
party or something.
Birthday party. That's right. Birthday party Saturday, so I didn't get home till super late. So we're kind of gonna bullet point SmackDown and Collision, and then we will actually talk about Raw, and then we will explain how the schedule is going to be a little weird for the next few weeks. Not too bad, but we will get there. So, Joe will cover SmackDown because I didn't watch SmackDown. So,
Boy, you missed up, Banger. uh, in all honesty, the best segment was the first segment. It was a Lesnar in-ring segment, and it was only good because R-Truth came out.
I heard he ripped his pants.
Oh, we'll get there. Briefly, Ron comes out and says, you're messing with my brother John Cena, and that he's Ron Cena, and that they have the same daddy. And then Twitter was filled with a bunch of pictures of Ron Killings and John Cena's dad, which were funny.
It's amazing.
Lesnar, beats him up, rips his pants in the process, has fun with that. Lesnar looked like he was having a good time anyways, but Lesnar beat him up. Yeah, he F5'd him. It was fun. It was fun mostly because of Truth.
I feel so bad for him getting stuck back into the comedy role, dude.
I do, and I don't at the same time. He's at least getting.
I mean, I love it.
At least getting
for my own
he's
personal.
He's at least keeping a job.
Right. I love it for my own personal enjoyment. But it's a bummer because he was set to come back and be serious Ron, and it's just not.
Yeah, and that
happening.
lasted 2 weeks. The old Vince 2-week push. After that, Sami Zayn is talking to somebody backstage. It's Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix gets an open challenge U.S. title match. We got a solo video package after that, which was nothing. He's still big mad about losing everything, family, belt, etc. He's going to get it all back, he says. We'll see. After that, we get the Sami versus Rey Fenix match, which was a really good match. Of course, Sami wins with the Haluva after an exploder. Good back and forth. Phoenix looked really good here to put the shine on him, so good for him, especially since he doesn't have a tag partner anymore because Andrade was released. We got a earlier today segment with B-Fab for some fucking reason. With Julia and Kiana James talking mad shit about her, and eventually that sets up a match. Go ahead.
Speaking of Andrade being released, I am actually surprised they're not going to go ahead and put Phoenix with Penta, because Penta's kind of not doing much right now either.
Maybe that's what they're getting to, considering Penta is essentially feuding with a tag team in the New Day.
Right.
Maybe we'll get there.
We'll see.
We'll see. Wyatt Six promo talking about the Profits and them breaking up or not breaking up, and just more confusing Wyatt Six stuff that I'm not really into, but I'm sure you would have enjoyed. After that, we got the B-Fab Julia match. This was nothing. But what was the point of bringing Julia up if she's going to have lesser than matches with people who are not as talented as she is or ready for TV? They should have just left her in NXT. Julia won, obviously. It was bad. It was a pretty awful match.
Did she at least hit her knee correctly this time?
It's still ugly. It's not good.
Tisk.
Aleister Black vignette next, talking about Priest. Don't know why this is still going on. I thought we had the blow off to that, but apparently not. So more Priest and Black to come. I put sigh. After that, we got a Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill title match. They tried. It was kind of sloppy in spots. Um, Tiffy Tiffy took some crazy bumps. I don't trust Tiffy with these people. Tiffy, her style doesn't really fit with these people, but that's okay.
No one likes to catch her. No one ever
No, they
likes to
don't
catch
for
her.
some reason. Um, oh, they did a barricade spot where they uh, Jade speared them both through the barricade. Out came Nia Jax to beat up both of them to set up the the worst triple threat match ever. I'm sure that'll be at Palooza as well. They just haven't announced that yet. That'll probably be on the SmackDown this Friday. After that, we got a Chelsea Green Nick Aldis backstage where Chelsea wants a tag title match. Aldis did one of his. I'll think about it. So it looks like that's probably coming. Miz comes out to also try to get himself a tag match. But Mello already has other plans. Mello's trying to get trying to get a title match through the open challenge thing. Cena and Lesnar video package going over the history with them. It had OVW footage. My note says Jim Cornette just popped over his own footage. Drew McIntyre out, or no, Drew McIntyre. That's later. They promoted the AAA Worlds Collide event. Sami Zayn was backstage. This is where the Mello part come in. Sami Zayn's backstage. He's interrupted by Mello. Mello's like, I want a shot. Sami's like, okay, but don't miss, because Mello don't miss. Miz interrupts. Says he's trying to guide Mello to the tag titles. Mello says to trust him. I don't know what this means. I don't know if we're getting a. I don't know. Miz and Mello are about to feud, probably. I don't know who wants to see that, but sure. Main event was Orton versus McIntyre. This was a glacially paced match that did nothing for either of them. McIntyre was about to set up Claymore through the table like he did to Cody post-match, and Cody comes out for the save.
Oh, Cody came back. He must be done filming for now.
Yep. Guile is back. And McIntyre won the match with Claymore.
Nice. There's your bullet point SmackDown review. Now for your bullet point Collision review. All right. MJF comes out, cuts a fun promo, making fun of Ian Riccaboni. Not MJF, my bad. Jay Briscoe. Not Jay Briscoe, wrong Briscoe. Mark Briscoe. I pulled a Joe. My bad.
Hey, that sounds like me.
So, making fun of Ian, Briscoe, and the crowd, and says, blue collar will lose, white collar will win. Jay comes on the screen, says the stipulation will be a TNT match, tables and thumbtacks. And then he tells him to look behind him, and then he is magically behind him. And he jumps him in the ring, and MJF runs as he gets out some thumbtacks. Kyle O'Reilly is still being a dork, and Roderick is excited to beat Moxley and Garcia's ass later tonight. Takeshita beats Bowens with a raging fire and a pretty good, actually a really good TV match.
Nice. I knew it would be.
Toni Storm comes out and commentates for the 600K or 500K 10-woman match. There's a quick backstage segment where no one trusts Statlander on the face team except for Harley Cameron. And then the heels end up winning with Tekla spearing Anna Jay. And then a huge brawl starts where Tony jumps in. Max Caster does his open challenge. Big Bill answers the call. Big Bill comes out and obviously demolishes him. They announced that Kingston has accepted Bill's challenge through Twitter, which I had already seen.
Yeah, me too.
Bill ends up winning with a boss man slam that looks better than the last one that he did.
Thank goodness, because that last one was a little rough.
Post-match, Bill hates Japanese wrestling and apparently hates Kingston. Matches it all out.
Nice character work for Big Bill.
Backstage, Giroux, since I mistyped it, Lynn is talking to Bowens.
Drew Lynn.
uh, is,
Oh wow, that got me.
is talking to Bowens, and Caster comes pushing through the backstage area, and then Bowens gets all pissy and attacks him. And them two fight back to the ring. Lynn comes out and basically tells them as single stars they've sucked. And
He
then
ain't wrong.
Blake Christian and Big Shotty Lee come out and start jumping Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn takes off his shirt, and he actually gives it to him for a second.
Jerry Lynn, for as old as he is in really good shape.
Yeah, he is. He starts, but numbers get up on him. Caster comes and because he's still laid out in the ring or sitting in the corner in the ring. He gets up and comes to help, but then they start getting jumped. Bowens feels bad, so he runs into the ring and helps them out. And then Bowens and Caster pretty much tell each other to go fuck themselves, and they leave the ring. And Jerry Lynn is left in the ring looking stupid.
After they double clothesline the one dude out of the ring.
Yeah. Fun little segment though, and it's what they need to do.
Them getting back together.
It's honestly what they need to do because there's nothing else for them to do. They've both basically been losers since splitting up with each other. They're a better tag team than they are single stars.
Yeah, and they need tag teams right now.
Yeah, they do. We find out that Mystico's wrestling MJF in a title versus mask match Friday. We won't get to see that.
Let them on CMLL.
Yep. And then I'm guessing Mystico's probably going to win that match due to, I would say, interference. I'm betting Jay Briscoe's going to interfere.
I would say so. It's a safe way to promote both companies. Mystico getting the belt back to be on their TV and furthering Max and Mark's feud.
Yeah. FTR beat the two no-name guys with a stuffed pile driver. Somebody's gonna be mad about that. It's Tommy Billington and Adam Priest again.
I was gonna say this the fake Bulldogs.
Yeah, they actually both came out to the old school fucking British Bulldog theme and everything. It's so stupid.
Did they? Ugh.
I think it was, which I'm pretty sure is just the British fucking national anthem. There's a quick vignette where they announced that there are going to be 3 tag matches on Wednesday, and those 3 tag matches will be to see who joins Brodito in a 4-way ladder match at All Out. I didn't write down all the teams involved, but the Bucks are probably going to make it in one of them. I know they're there. There's some other people. I don't.
There's some Mo.
It went by so quick. They all kind of did their own talking thing.
Yeah, because who would be left? Because you got the Hurt Syndicate versus Goa.
So I do know one of the teams involved are Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus. One of the teams.
Oh, that's a disaster.
One of the teams involved are the Bang Bang Gang.
Okay. And then probably like Sky Flight or whatever.
Yeah, well, not Skyflight. Top Flight is involved in one of the matches.
It's the same damn thing. Same stable.
No, if they got rid of the Sky, I'd be fine with both of them doing their things. I don't have a problem with Top Flight, just like I don't have a problem with Scorpio Sky. But I think the 3 of them together is dumb.
You know what's the problem with that group?
Christopher Daniels. I knew that's where that was going.
And I like Christopher Daniels, but this ain't working.
No, it's not, because he's their mouthpiece, and he's not a good mouthpiece, dude. I'm just being serious. At this point,
No.
I need him to
None
shut
of
up.
them can talk, honestly.
Okada beats Michael Oku as the Rainmaker in probably the best match of the night.
Really?
Dude, Oku almost died again.
Oku must have bumped his ass off for Okada.
Yeah, he almost died again. Like, this dude, apparently, his whole thing
is near-death experiences.
Is near-death experiences. So he gets drop-kicked off the top of the turnbuckle to the outside of the ring, and he lands on the barricade.
Oh, gosh.
And I don't know. He wants to die or something. So somebody was like, man, I hope he's okay. And his wife goes, yeah, this is what he does. That was a Twitter comment. And I was like, Jesus.
As long as she's used to it, I guess.
Takeshita comes out and does a little stare down with Rainmaker from the outside of the ring. We get a quick Prolapse Star and Page vignette, and then Garcia.
Prolapse Star, is that what you called him?
I did. And then Garcia and Mox beat Paragon by Daniel Garcia making Kyle O'Reilly tap out with his weird leg lock maneuver.
His weird, crappy sharpshooter, the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah. Post match, Daddy Magic gets in Garcia's face, and the Death Riders and Garcia just walk off.
They don't beat him up. Interesting.
Yeah, they don't. Garcia almost looks upset with himself, kind of in a way too, but like is also kind of like he don't care. It's a weird moment. But yeah, they just walk out. Marina gives him a middle finger on the way out though, so that's fun. And that's how the show ends. It was actually not a bad overall show.
Did Talk not wrestle? Wasn't Talk supposed to wrestle?
Yeah, he beat Bowens. I said that earlier.
Oh, did I just... Boy.
I actually said... No, I said Takeshita beat Bowens and what's with the Raging Fire and what was actually a really good TV match. And you said, ooh, I knew.
Oh, yeah, that was early on.
Yeah, they...
Boy, my attention span is lacking tonight.
They were the first actual match of the night. So,
yeah.
Monday Night Raw, finally to the main event, 15, 20 minutes in.
And who do we have on commentary this week?
We're in Springfield, Massachusetts. We have Homer Simpson. No, I'm kidding. We have Joe Tessitore and Corey Graves on commentary.
Oh, you didn't call him Corey Greaves.
Shit, you're right. My bad. Corey Graves. Look, okay, first and foremost, I do want you guys to understand.
The streak.
I did. I want you guys to understand something. I did exactly what I said I was going to do last week and forgot that the show started at 7.
The first thing Kristen told me when I came home was, "Hey, at least the show's already over."
Right. So yeah, I forgot it started at 7, and I sat down at 8. And as soon as I sat down, Seth and Becky were coming out, and I was like, "Huh?" And then I looked and realized it had been on for an hour, and I was like, "Ah, shit." So I rewound it all the way back.
I got thoughts on that segment, and they're not flattering.
So yeah, Joe Tessitore, Corey Greaves are on commentary.
There we go.
Backstage segment. Usos walk in, and LA Knight gets in Jay's face, and Jimmy and Pierce try to break it up, and Pierce wants to see them in his office immediately. And then we get an in-ring segment. Cena comes out, says he was an offensive lineman for the Springfield. Every time I typed out Springfield, both S and P were capitalized. Every fucking time. Anyways.
S and P? Oh.
For Springfield.
Holding on to that shift key too long, aren't you?
Apparently. Went on to say he's got a tall hill to climb at Wrestlepalooza. I hate the fucking name of that show. He says...
Yeah. Yeah.
He says, why don't I say now? Huh?
Your own notes got you?
I think I fucked up on the notes. Anyways, the crowd chants whoop his ass.
Yeah. Cena essentially says he needs the fans because he knows he's got a tall order.
Yeah.
Lesnar's a tough opponent, but you know.
Cena goes on to say, "He's not. Nothing is safe, and this is not going to be easy." Crowd starts chanting, "Thank you, Cena," and he says, "This is why he says yes," and he can't say no.
Crowd was big into it.
Yeah, they were. He says he's afraid of Brock Lesnar and could fail, but he will not back down and will not give up. And
he also said he only has 6 appearances left, so this is about to be a nice way to write him off for a few months.
No, it's not going to be a few months. He'll show up. I think he's scheduled to show up. I think he's got 2 more matches and then 4 more appearances.
That's a lot to get him to the end of the year, considering it's only September.
Yeah, we're talking 2. Like he might be gone for a month.
That's a long time.
Not really. But yeah. And then he says, you know, if Brock wants some, he can come get some.
Yeah, typical Cena stuff.
Go ahead.
After that, we got Jay and Aldis and Law Knight in the back talking about their situation. They don't like each other due to the receipts they keep getting on one another.
Which doesn't stop
Uh,
tonight.
huh?
Which doesn't stop tonight.
No, it does not. Law Knight still wants the Bronze. He mentions Jimmy being a potential partner. Jay not too happy about that, but we'll see. This leads into the first match of the night, the first proper thing of the show, which was Lyra versus Roxanne Perez. Um, Lyra was selling her back for the whole match due to her match last week against Raquel, where Raquel beat her up pretty good. She took a very wicked bump off the top rope where Roxanne pulled her leg while she was standing on the top rope, and she took a back bump where it looks like she hit her head and back at the same time. Ref went and checked on her immediately, but she was selling pretty good, enough to fool the referee. So that was good. Back and forth match. They started by chain wrestling. Roxanne worked on her back. Took an awful bump. Yep. There was a sloppy Dragon Rana that wasn't. I don't know if it was super sloppy or if it was just the way the camera was working, but it wasn't great. Essentially back and forth. Lyra counters a counter, hits her Nightwing for the win. Raquel comes out post-match and is beating her up, which leads to a wild Bailey coming back for the save. It was a weird segment after the save. It was, I don't know, based on the brief little bits of crazy Bailey, I'm not feeling it, but hopefully it improves.
Oh, yeah, she walked down Lyra like she was going to attack her, and then ran outside and started hugging everybody.
It was weird.
It was.
But I guess that was the point of it.
Correct. So yeah, backstage segment. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky signed their contracts in a not so big contract signing, and said that they respect each other. Asuka, I even did the AU in all caps on that. Damn, I had a problem tonight. Asuka came in to do.
It's not even how you spell Asuka. It's Asuka.
Right. Asuka comes in to hate, and then Asuka says Stephanie will wrestle Kairi Sane.
Yeah, Asuka just back there making matches and shit.
And then Asuka walks away and then does her. Another backstage segment. Knight approaches Jimmy, and Jimmy says Knight's gonna have to find somebody else. Basically, I put it's gonna be Jay. I was wrong, by the way.
The last name was right.
Right. Match 2: Kofi Kingston with Grayson Waller and Xavier Woods versus Penta. I said Penta hits a dive over the top or through the ropes early. I don't quite remember, but
it was over the top after a chase, after a little chase thing.
He gets drop kicks trying to get back into the ring. Penta comes back though, hits his little handstand kick into the turnbuckle. I said, and then they said, I guess Penta's going for the AAA Mega title. Glad they're just feeding everyone to whack ass Dom.
I'm telling you, dude. Like,
Kingston hits this cool modified STF into a pin roll up that I thought looked really cool that I've seen before, just not often. And I don't know.
Yeah, he does it all the time. I can't remember what the name. I tried to write it down and I couldn't think of the name of it.
I don't remember what it's called. So for now, it is going to be modified STF into a pin roll up. Match got a little sloppy for a few seconds while they were trading shots. I said, but shit happens. Penta hit a springboard rebound destroyer on Kofi for the win. That was pretty cool.
Yep. That's about the gist of it.
And yeah, a pretty decent match.
It was a fine match. It was fine.
They played they played an angle for a second where Xavier actually had surgery last week. It was an outpatient surgery thing. It's why he didn't wrestle with Grayson or with. It's why Grayson was wrestling with Kofi on last week's whatever
No,
show they
when he
wrestled
get
together.
done. I missed. I
Um,
remember vaguely that, but I don't remember if they stated what it was.
he had a mask taken out of the back of his head.
Oh,
It was an outpatient thing. It wasn't anything like he had a lump somewhere in the back of his head, and it was just like
so
a
It was like a dermatology
yeah.
thing.
It was a meaty mass that was scalpeled open and taken out and stitched back up, and he's fine. Obviously, he was only,
Okay,
he just can't.
good deal.
He's gonna have a couple weeks off while he's actually healing from the stitches and whatnot. But he'll be
Stitches. Yeah. What what was up with his outfit? It's like he robbed a stripper fireman of his outfit.
yeah. I don't. You know, he's had this outfit for a couple weeks now, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Uh, to be fair, he is very proud of his physique, and he should be. He is
Oh,
bulked up, super good.
it was the
But
trip. It was
he
the.
looks like a fireman. He looks like a stripper in a fireman suit.
It was World's End where they were tagged together. That's why I was confused. I was like, hey, wait, they didn't do that on SmackDown last week. It was World's End. That's that. So World's End
Worlds collide
or
or
Worlds
whatever.
Collide. Grayson Waller teamed with Kofi against somebody. I don't remember who. And then we get another backstage segment where Jay was on the phone with somebody. I said probably Roman.
Yep.
Jimmy walks up. Jay tells him he can't wrestle with Knight. Jimmy said, I already told him that I'm not going to wrestle with him, but you need to watch your tone and stop telling me what to do.
I don't see no shuafala
He
around
says,
your neck.
last I checked, Jay wasn't wearing the Ulafala. Jay didn't look too happy about that comment. But
No, he's turning into Timu Roman Reigns from a year and a half ago.
yeah, the only problem is he doesn't have the presence, the aura that Roman has. It's not going to work.
Not even remotely. He can one word, 4 letters,
Whack.
and that's about it. Whack. Nice.
Go ahead.
After that, Jimmy, another backstage segment after a commercial. Jimmy goes and finds La Knight, agrees to be his partner for the night against the Braun Bronze.
Oh boy.
But I'm sure Jay is fine with this.
I didn't realize I just gave you the longest segment in the whole damn show too. Have fun with that one.
Oh, well, don't worry. I've got feelings. I've got feelings. And
I-
good feelings.
I liked this segment, but it needed to be like 8 minutes shorter than it was.
Way too long. Tons of dead air. These people should be so much better on the microphone than this to have this much dead air across the 4 of them. There's 4 people in the ring, and there was enough dead air for a whole nother 5th and 6th person to come in and cut a promo for Wrestlepalooza.
Yep.
It was rough. Essentially, Seth and Becky came out first doing their whole we're this and that, and I'm the visionary, the architect, the blah, blah, blah.
The revolutionary.
Yeah, and then, Becky is Becky, and the greatest women's wrestler of all time, blah, 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 blah. Out comes Punk and Lee to AJ's music, which kind of set the theme. They get in the ring. Punk's like, I'm perfectly fine playing second fiddle to my wife. Love her, blah, 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 blah. We're a united front. Will you two be able to be a united front? Because he's like, we had to listen to both your sucky theme songs. Like trying to sow dissension between them and their 2 massive egos. That is essentially what the promo, when they were talking, kind of focused on. Long story short, Becky and Seth acted like they weren't on the same page. This allowed for a misdirection and a attack from behind from Becky onto AJ. Manhandle slamming her, and then she got to slap Punk around a little more, and then she bailed, and then the heels celebrated in the aisleway. Could have been fucking 10 minutes. Instead, it was 25.
Yeah, a couple moments I did like. I went way more into detail on this than you did, but probably would take me just as long to say it all out loud as it took them to get it out. I did like. So there was a part where Becky talks about reading AJ's book, and said she didn't know if her neck was going to be good to go because of what had happened. But then AJ was like,
Right.
thanks for reading my book because I sure didn't read yours.
Yeah. Subtle shot.
um, there was another moment where, uh, like Seth was trying to be like, AJ Lee is the only thing that you've gotten right in life.
Yeah, she's the best thing to happen to you outside of the ring, essentially.
And I'm just like, this is weird.
It was weird.
Like both of
But
them are.
he was trying to say like when when things don't happen the way he wants them to, he leaves things. Like he's going to leave his wife, who he's been with during all those other times. It was weird. Like they were trying to sow dissension between them as well. It was just very weird.
Yeah,
It didn't hit.
yeah, but like I said, it's weird to it's
Punk is going to turn heel on his wife or something.
it's weird to me because if you remember before the whole Becky getting in his face and slapping him thing, Punk was even complimenting Becky on being a good wrestler, but her whack ass husband hiding behind her.
Yep.
And now like he was actually talking, like Seth was talking good about AJ. And it's just, I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah. It seems like a forced mixed tag match is what it feels like, instead of something that's been planned, which it obviously has been planned.
It's essentially this whole thing has been put together essentially just to bring AJ Lee back. That's it.
Yeah.
Because these two dudes could have had their match together without all this shit going on.
Yeah.
Now I obviously don't agree with the crowd. I like Seth Rollins.
I like Seth Rollins as well.
I just think this whole segment was way too long and got really weird at points that shouldn't have gotten weird. And like you said, they're all of them, all four of them, are so much better at talking than what came off TV tonight.
Yeah. I get it. They were trying to come off the cuff and not be like a scripted promo, and I get that. But if you don't have like bullet points that you're ready to move to immediately, like it's like each of them were pausing to try to really say something that would be like something they could use for like a YouTube short or something. Like we really need something, and it would just take them like forever to come up with the next thing they were going to say. It was not a tight segment.
No. Backstage segment. Dom says to not worry about his friendship with El Grande, which means everybody should be worrying. He's the champ now. And during the interview, you hear some commotion come off from around the way. And come to find out the New Day was jumping Penta. And then we get...
Yeah, the War Raiders flew in for the save. At least I think that's who that was.
It was.
At the tail end, chasing them off.
It was. El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. You can talk about this match. I was switching computers for this one.
Dragon Lee starts with a shotgun drop kick onto Americano into the corner. Americano eventually gets into control. Go ahead.
Only note I did have is I did see a really cool high risk move where Dragon Lee almost died, but El Grande saved him.
Is that the one where he dove from the ring while dude was on the table?
Yes.
And he got up off the table to catch him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. I saw that as well. Essentially, after the fast start by Dragon Lee, Americano's getting the heat on Lee. Americano hit a nice little cutter on Lee early on. Then we had the commercial. Then they had the big spot that you just mentioned where Dragon Lee flew through the middle rope, diving towards Americano, who was like partly laying on the announce table. Bless this man, because he sprung up from that thing to catch him from diving, because he clearly wasn't going to make it. We had a Liger bomb for a near fall by Dragon Lee. Trio Woe into a double stomp. We got the Americano distraction spots by Mini Americano. This brought out AJ to even the odds. The Americano went under the ring. Eventually, AJ catches him trying to escape through the crowd, knocks him down. A different Americano than DDT's AJ, taking AJ out of the equation. All this distraction leads to Americano catching Dragon Lee in a submission for the victory, which was literally just a submission where he had his two knees in dude's back and was just yanking back on his chin while he was on his knees. It was weird. But Dragon Lee submits to El Grande Americano, and then the three Americanos stood in the entranceway and did the Spider-Man point spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I think you missed that I would have written down was I do remember Joe Tessitore essentially snitching on where the Americano was hiding.
They both were, and then Corey Greaves
called him out.
Like to call him, called him out for it. Yeah.
He's like, "Why are you snitching?"
Yes, sir. Why you snitching?
Now, backstage, Lyra walks up on apparently Bailey having an argument with herself. At which point Lyra knocks on the door and then walks in, thanks Bailey for the help with Judgment Day, and then Bailey goes off on Lyra.
Yep.
And then
Lyra looks like a nerd because she has a weird, like, scared face, like during most of this, like she's freaked out, even though they were in a blood feud about a month ago.
Right.
So.
Rhea walks up and tells Stephanie Vaquer that she's coming for whoever wins, so good luck.
Yep.
And then we get Stephanie Vaquer versus Kairi Sane, which is my personal favorite match of the night.
I agree. I thought these two put on a banger.
We start with some chain and mat wrestling. Asuka doesn't like the show of respect that Sane shows Stephanie and basically wants her to be more aggressive. And she does actually get more aggressive.
She does. I love angry Asuka. I don't like that everything she says is incoherent, but...
A bit later, Stephanie hits her with a double stomp to get back into the match. Stephanie eventually goes for the devil's kiss and gets reversed into a roll-up. She then goes to do a suplex, and Sane reverses it into a DDT, which was pretty neat. Sane goes up to the top rope, and Vaquer follows her. She pushes Vaquer into a Tree of Woe and hits a double stomp on her. Out of the Tree of Woe. Stephanie...
This is the second spot of that in the show.
Yeah. Stephanie hits a dragon screw on Sane out of the turnbuckle, and it starts to actually do the devil's kiss. She hits her finisher, which is the SVB, which I'm pretty sure just stands for Stephanie Vaquer Bomb.
Probably.
But they just call it the SVB, and she gets the 1, 2, 3. And as Simon would say, it rhymes, so it must be true. Post-match, Asuka is about to get in the ring to confront Stephanie, but Io's music hits and she comes out and stops her. They start to argue.
Poor Io had to run to the ring.
Yeah, she did. Io calms her down and Asuka walks out. We get a stare down between Stephanie and Io and a handshake, which actually happens to be the thumbnail.
Mad respect. Mad respect. Which is why I fully expect Io to turn heel here.
Yeah, I thought she was going to, but she didn't. She did not.
No, she's gonna lose clean, and Asuka's gonna be the one. She's gonna end up betraying. Oh, she's gonna end up getting into it with Asuka, and Asuka and Io are gonna have a program probably.
I believe so.
But backstage, speaking of mad Asuka, she's mad backstage. Io's trying to calm her down still. What? Is there something in between there?
There's a Braun vignette.
Yeah, I don't care about
that. And they're going to take the Usos' place as the best tag team in the history of the WWE. That's pretty much the whole thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope they win on Sunday, but they're not going to be a tag team for long. But post that, we get Mad Asuka backstage. Io's trying to calm her down. Io's pretty much saying, I need to do this by myself. Asuka gets mad and then leaves. And then
Kairi!
Yep, exactly. So I have a lot of. I'm giving this a lot of rope because I like Asuka so much, but this needs to go somewhere soon. Otherwise, I'm going to get tired of it.
Yeah.
Post that, we get a Judgment Day celebrating in the clubhouse all of Dirty Dom's success. Uh, Finn's not having it though. He's like, the girls had a tough night, and we're here celebrating you. But what's your thing with Americano? They're still worried about Americano. Um, yeah, I'm kind of tired of this stuff. He's like, Finn's like, what's your involvement? What's he expecting from you? Blah, 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 blah. Dom tries to downplay it like he always does. I'm the best Mysterio. Maybe that's why. I'm the king of the luchas. And Finn's not having it. Finn storms off. JD goes after him. Then Rusev randomly pops in. Says, I am next for Intercontinental Championship. And then that's pretty much the segment. And Dom looks all freaked out.
Yeah.
As he should be, because Rusev is crazy.
During all of that, they did basically tell Dom, next time you need help, don't ask us.
Yeah, they're pretty much like, yeah, you want your King of the Lucha shit, ask your buddy for help. Which I don't get where this is going.
I don't either. I know it's supposed to be setting up they're probably going to either kick Dom out or they're going to get kicked out themselves. Or maybe it'll be the full destruction of the Judgment Day. Who knows?
We could only hope.
But it does feel like it's just stalling out.
Yes, it does.
But go ahead. You can wrap it up.
Main event. We get the Bron Brons versus La Knight and Big Jim. Essentially, this was the heels getting a heat on Jimmy for most of the match. Wasn't a whole... I guess I wrote down more than I thought. So they get heat on Jimmy at the beginning. Eventually, the babyfaces clear the ring, and we hit a commercial break. After they come back, still more heat on Jimmy. Jimmy hit a whisper in the wind, gets the hot tag for LA Knight. LA Knight does his little hot tag stuff. Eventually, they hit his little cool top rope elbow drop and an Uso splash for a near fall. Everybody spills to the floor. Uso does a dive, goes for a second dive on Bronson, gets caught. This leads them back into the ring. Eventually, Uso hits a spear onto Bronson, which I just know you hated, because that spear on that big dude, after seeing the spot from the pay-per-view, is never going to look the same.
Nope.
Braun Breaker hit a giant shoulder tackle on LA Knight on the outside.
Yeah.
This kind of... Yeah, he did. Like, he almost jumped over him. This distracts Jimmy, who then gets the Death Valley driver, which Bronson calls something edge that I don't agree with. What did we say it was last week? We talked about it last week.
I didn't write it down this week, but it's
It's a Death Valley driver.
It's a DVD.
Hits a Death Valley driver for the win. Post-match, they pick up Jimmy, and Braun hits the ropes a bunch of times, spears him. This brings out Jay with a chair, takes out Breaker in the aisleway, gets in the ring, has the chair temporarily knocked away from him. Eventually gets some shots in on Bronson. Bronson falls out of the ring. Jay throws the chair down to check on his brother. LA Knight comes up from behind, grabs the chair. He's kind of standing there holding it, teasing like he's going to hit Jay with it. Jay turns around. They talk back and forth to one another. LA Knight throws the chair down. There's a slight show of respect. They do a handshake. Looks like all is well. But LA Knight, yeah. Turns him around. BFTs him.
Do it. Okay. Go ahead, finish.
And then he slides out the ring and points and walks up the aisle, and then it ends.
So listen, as much as I'm starting to at least come around on the idea that I might actually enjoy LA Knight, this dude pisses me off.
Because all this tit for tat stuff.
No. I'm not even talking about storyline. This dude pisses me off because he is just Timu fucking Austin, dude. Even his BFT, it's a kick in the stomach. It gets him in like he's about to do the stunner, and then just takes him all the way to the ground instead of actually dropping on his ass. Like, he is just watered down Austin, and it drives me crazy. And I didn't recognize that that's what the BFT was until tonight when he gave him the kick in the stomach right before he fucking did it. And
He's always done it like that.
I've never noticed, though. And I was just like, bruh.
He is clearly somebody who grew up during the Attitude Era, and that is where he takes a lot of his inspiration for his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, he just says, yeah, instead of, oh, hell yeah.
It's like he heard what, and was like, I just say yeah. Instead of what? Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a little bit of things from everybody, but
anyways,
you're not wrong. His inspiration is definitely from that generation of wrestling, which honestly makes me think you would like him even more.
No, dude, I like people that are unique in their own selves.
He's unique enough. No. I hate his name. I wish he was able to use his name from TNA.
He is Austin's evil clone. He is what evil hologram is going to be.
Austin's ever had.
I mean, that's probably true, but physique-wise or not, I don't care.
He's like a mix of Macho Man, The Rock, and Austin.
Drives
the
me crazy.
Drop, the Slim Jims, the way he cuts promos is very Rock-like. Then his very Austin moves and stuff. He is quite the.
This man's a Luthez press away from you turning off the goddamn TV is what it is.
You're not wrong. He is a. He's taken a lot of things. It doesn't bother me because that's been something that's happened throughout wrestling.
Yeah, but
Hulk Hogan was just
at least
superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah, I don't know. They still felt more unique amongst each other, even when copying each other back then. Maybe it's because I've actually grown up with the Attitude Era, so like I see all of it, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it.
But yeah, so honestly, it wasn't a bad Raw. They could have definitely done 20 minutes.
It was
off of that promo, but
it just they could be briefer. Like the show itself isn't a bad show. It's just the pacing of the show is bad.
You know,
and a lot of it is because of those long. With the amount of mic skills that was in that ring, to have that much dead air and that much just nothing just was super disappointing. Like, I like all four of those people tremendously, and it was just a huge disappointment.
Do you I'm going to say this jokingly. Do you want to know why I think the Attitude Era resonates so well with us, other than the fact that we grew up in it?
What's that?
Because when we were younger and we were watching it, it felt like it's something that we shouldn't be watching because of how fucked up it really was. And now that we're older...
Fucked up, like how?
Just with like the way the women were treated and...
Oh, yeah. Hindsight is...
Like,
so
we didn't think it was bad then.
Watching some of... No, because it was the style at the time, as they like to say.
But now that we're older and we go back and watch it, like, we still have that same feeling of we shouldn't be watching this, but it's for completely different reasons.
Yeah, because now it's like we shouldn't be watching this because it's so cringe.
But I still enjoy it because I'm a terrible person.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with liking what you like, but it certainly wrestling has evolved.
It absolutely has. I don't mean just that with women. Obviously, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
No, mostly the women are what draw the show now.
But back then, like watching all of the DX segments that would not fly today at all.
Yeah, with the way censorship is, and
speaking of censorship, So there's a part tonight where the crowd had started doing one of their chants, and I don't remember what
It
it
was
was
fuck
during,
you, Lesnar.
but they were chanting something about fuck something, and it was later in the
It was
show.
fuck you, Lesnar. It was fuck you,
No,
Lesnar.
no,
It was the Cena segment.
I thought it was later in the show because when the crowd starts to go chanting, the censors were trying to push the button to censor the volume, but they were hitting the blackout button. So every time the word fuck would be dropped, it would go to a black screen and then come back. And I was like, wrong button, asshole.
There has been a lot of weird production stuff on WWE side. It's not as crisp as it once was.
Don't
Which
worry.
I'm thankful to that because they got to the point where they had so many camera swaps
Yeah.
and cuts that it was unwatchable. And they were the previous administration was really heavy on those AR things during entrances, and I hated those fucking things.
I
Those
don't.
augmented reality freaking things, I hated them.
I don't. I did too. I don't mind production issues from time to time because there comes a time for me where I just feel something's too clean.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It's just they happen so frequently now that it takes you like a good. So some of it can make it look raw and more realistic, and others can make it look the exact opposite, right?
Right.
It just depends on what you get, right?
It's the same reason I hate NXT as well. They're just too clean, and I'm just like,
NXT is so bad, dude. Like, I can't watch those segments. The wrestling and stuff is so choreographed.
I don't get that feeling when I'm watching the pay-per-views, but I don't watch the actual shows.
I don't know. It looks like a routine, like spot, 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 spot. I don't like Shawn Michaels NXT. I miss the old black and gold brand. I miss vintage Triple H.
But
and all his indie darlings.
But I only watch Stand and Deliver. Like that's my one NXT pay-per-view a year. And they usually go out and stand and deliver. But yeah, so that was Raw. And like I said, I didn't mind Raw tonight. Again, they could have shortened it by about 20 minutes if they'd just cut some of that promo out.
Yeah. It will probably be better on the replay where they do condense it down.
Right.
Or instead of watching it, just watch the YouTube clip of the segment that will be chopped up as well.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Raw. Wednesday is a special 3-hour Dynamite because there will be no Collision. It's their summer blockbuster or September. No, they're calling it September to Remember.
God, are they just gonna rip? Is it both companies just gonna rip off old ECW pay-per-views?
At least
we already have a Wrestlepalooza. Now we're getting a insert month to remember.
It only works for a couple months. December to Remember, September. It has to kind of rhyme. Otherwise, it starts to sound stupid.
Yeah, you can't put July.
July to Remember. No. So we'll keep that summer blockbuster. Right. But no, at least AEW's little show doesn't sound stupid. Interestingly enough, so I saw somebody comparing the two shows that are supposed to be coming on Saturday. And it cracks me up because, of course, you've got the WWE fans that are like, look at all these no-name people wrestling it all out. And then you've got the AEW fans that are like, look at all these old people wrestling at Wrestlepalooza. And both people look stupid. So, funny enough, I actually think both cards
great.
As a whole look pretty good. Wrestlepalooza, the only match that I could 100% do without is
the Lesnar Cena match.
Cena Lesnar. Everything else looks fine.
You can tell WWE is trying.
Yeah.
To book something, and it sucks that they only try when they're trying to counter program somebody else.
So yeah, the rest of the card actually, like, I'm gonna enjoy Wrestlepalooza. I mean, Drew's one of my favorite people in the company. He's going up against fucking Cody. You got the the women's world championship match that I've been waiting for a long time.
And it should be good.
Asuka is absolutely going to get involved and it's going to irritate the fuck out of me, but she'll be there.
Yep, she's probably going to be the if they want to protect Io, which I disagree with this. If you're trying to put the belt on Stephanie, put the belt on Stephanie.
Right.
Let her beat Asuka. Let her beat Io clean. Don't give Io the Asuka excuse. But they won't do that because they're trying to protect Io. Even though Io losing to Stephanie is not gonna affect her at all.
Right.
But I don't know. It'll be so. Here's the thing. It may be just a big old schmoz, dude. Because what's Rhea doing at the pay-per-view? Nothing, right?
Nothing. But she didn't do anything at last pay-per-view either, though.
She may mess around and trying to thwart Asuka, screw Stephanie, and I don't know. There's a ton of things that can be done for that program.
Right. But the Usos versus Breakker and Reed, I think will be a pretty good match. We already talked about that one. Obviously, despite the really irritating promo tonight, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth and Becky is going to be fun.
It should be.
And yeah, like I said, the only match I'm not looking forward to is Cena and Lesnar. And then, of course, All Out. I mean, even the matches I'm not really looking forward to. The only match that I absolutely am like 100% like I don't want to see, I will, because you know what we do. They're gonna do another 5-on-5 women's match involving people that aren't in the women's world title match, and it's the same groups of people. And I am so tired of this match.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on the pre-show though. I'm so tired of it. I don't. Ugh. Anyways, so Wednesday is going to be, like I said, it's going to be our prediction show. We're also going to talk about, obviously, September to Remember. And then Friday is SmackDown, but we're mainly going to use Fridays, which you guys will get at Saturday morning. We're going to get that. We're basically going to be talking about, I just spaced out. Our predictions for Wrestlepalooza. And then Saturday's show will be covering 2 pay-per-views because, you know, FML.
7 hours of wrestling at least on Saturday.
Yeah, it is.
That my wife keeps reminding me of. Aren't you so glad you're watching wrestling?
It's so much, man. So much.
Yeah.
But I always enjoy some good graps. So as long as there's some good graps, I'll be all right. It is up to AEW to make the first half of our day not seem so long. Because we know WWE is going to find a way to make it seem really long.
So hopefully Tony doesn't book a 6-hour fucking show, is all I'm going to say.
Again,
keep it a nice, crisp 4 hours.
Even if it's a 4 to 5 hour show, and as long as it just feels short, like keep things action-packed enough that I'm into it, I don't mind super long wrestling shows. But WWE, even their 3 to 4 hour shows, feel like 7-hour shows.
You're not wrong.
It's like, because again, All In, I didn't even, like, it's the longest All In they've had. It was super fucking long, and it didn't feel that long. It was action-packed from beginning to end.
You didn't have a WWE pay-per-view staring you in the face.
Well, we didn't have ads and fucking middle of the match 20-minute conversations. Like, in between match conversations and shit. Like, I don't...
True. WWE wears me down with the amount of segments they have.
Yeah, they do.
Because there was 3 matches tonight?
4, I think.
4? 4 in almost a 3-hour show.
No, there were 5. There was... Match 1 was Lyra Roxanne. Match 2 was Kofi and Penta.
Kofi.
Match 3 was El Grande Dragon Lee. 4 was Stephanie Vecker and Kyrie. And then 5 was the tag match at the end.
Okay.
But the matches were so quick.
Well, yeah, because they got to get back to talking to people backstage.
In comparison to the 30-minute fucking in-ring segment between AJ and Punk and Seth and Becky.
Right.
So much talk.
And so many of those segments do nothing. Just do nothing.
Right.
I think that's the bummer.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Anyways, guys, that's going to do it because we've been going on for an hour. So,
Nice.
we somehow covered
an hour.
3 shows
Nice.
in an hour.
Sweet.
We love you. We'll talk to you next time. Deuces.
Later.